activists from across PA. Yeah. Greetings to all former military PSYOPs officers now working for gas companies sent here to spy on us. Hello. It is truly a privilege to stand here before you on the steps of Old Main. The state college referendum, the overwhelming majority vote on this crucial issue has given the rest of us an infusion of much needed hope. Thank you. It is good to know that PSU does not stand for Pennsylvania Shale University in the minds of those who live and vote here. I bring you greetings from northern Lycoming County, from my little 20 acres of unleased land, surrounded by leased state forest, land that was once, but is no longer, a part of the commonwealth of Pennsylvania. There is nothing common left in those woods today. There is nothing common left about the life that my family has lived there for 4 generations on our land. All that we most treasure has been lost, handed over through greed and short-sightedness to an industry that has one goal: the privatization of enormous profits in the hands of the few and the socialization of the true cost of gas extraction, production, and utilization on the backs of the many. Yeah! Last January, Terry Engelder, a name you recognize as a key player here at Penn State, gave a presentation near my home. The self-proclaimed father of the Marcellus Shale, now forced pooling's biggest cheerleader, quoted John F. Kennedy and reminded us all in the audience that we should be asking not what our country can do for us, but what we can do for our country. Engelder then had the audacity to go on to say that it is our duty and calling to live in what he himself referred to as the Marcellus sacrifice zone. What a crock of patriotic manure. It is a sacrifice zone, all right. Some days, to me, it feels more like a war zone, especially when the helicopters skim the treetops of my property and drop their seismic depth charges on the next mountain they plan to conquer. As heartening as it is to see all of you gathered here to celebrate the power of people over corporations, it is both sad and frightening to realize how many people in this state have swallowed the patriotism ploy and the other gas industry lies. The advertising and public relations campaign being foisted on us by this industry is one of the most expensive, clever, and pervasive plans ever seen in American history. From radio and TV ads to influence over media and politicians and even in assemblies in our public schools, the gas industry message is driven home as if it were gospel, and it has become just that, especially in the halls of Washington and Harrisburg. Listen carefully to those radio and TV ads and you will hear the same lies driven home over and over. Different faces, same sound bites. The lies don't change, and why should they? If you repeat something often enough, you make it the truth, even when it's a deliberate distortion or utterly false. Lie number 1, natural gas is the cleanest burning fossil fuel. Yeah, at the end point, when you finally light the match, okay, but not when you look at the full production cycle of all the resources it takes, of all the diesel fuel it demands, of all the water that drilling permanently removes from the hydrologic cycle, of all the trees and vegetation it destroys, of all the runoff, erosion, and sediment it produces, of all the invasive species in fragmented forests that it leaves behind. Take all this into account, and gas is every bit as dirty as its fossil fuel cousins, coal and oil.
That's right.
Lie number 2, gas is a bridge fuel. Oh, it sure is. It is a bridge to dirtier air. It is a bridge to contaminated drinking water. It is a bridge to massive increases in DUI arrests and sexually transmitted diseases. It is a bridge to a 10-fold increase in drug trafficking in counties like Bradford, where the heaviest drilling has occurred to date. Methane is not a bridge to a sustainable energy future. It is the opposite. As we speak, legislators are considering massive taxpayer-funded subsidies to create demand, to build a market for this gas where there is not now a market. Right now, the price is down and T. Boone Pickens isn't happy, and neither are the big energy companies and their big shareholders. So they're going to spend your tax dollars to boost demand so that the price goes up. If we were really to build a bridge, we'd offer those same incentives to folks doing research and development on sustainable energy sources. Sources that could be a bridge to a better future, a cleaner environment, a more equitable world for generations to come. Lie number 3, natural gas will eliminate our dependence on foreign oil. Oh, this is a big one. The all-American flag-waving land of the free soundbite. The landman who convinced my neighbor to sign a lease told her he felt sorry for her. Not because she settled for the measly $1,000 he'd offered her for her front yard, but because, as he told her, she had to live beside me, a neighbor who, he said, and I heard him, wanted us to stay dependent on those Arabs. Since 2001, the war in Iraq and Afghanistan has cost you and me $1,279,125,577.
That's a bargain.
Just imagine what we could have done with $1.2 trillion had we, a decade ago, decided that instead of a war, we would invest that money in a sustainable energy future. Yes. Imagine what those 5,000 Americans kids killed in that war might have done with their lives.
Yes.
But then Halliburton would be out of business. Imagine that.
They should be.
Lie number 4, slickwater hydraulic fracturing is adequately regulated, environmentally safe, and gas drilling companies are good neighbors. Have you seen the TV ad with the people at the farmers market that were protecting the beets? I struggle to even comment on that lie. Its very size and audacity leaves me nearly speechless. In Washington, gas industry exemptions from the federal Clean Air, Clean Water, and Superfund Acts. In Harrisburg, the gas industry is busy, as we speak, writing the very laws it wants their paid-off puppet legislators to pass. The gas industry has the DEP in their pockets and the wind in their sails. Gas industry claims of adequate regulations, environmental safety, and good neighbor status are such heinous, atrocious, and abominable lies that my reaction, especially to the TV commercials, is visceral. I mean it. They really do make me want to puke. Lie number 5, the Marcellus shale development will end Pennsylvania's economic woes and usher in a new era of job creation and unprecedented economic growth. Thank you, Penn State, for the 2009 Emerging Giant Report, the gas industry-funded PR piece masqueraded as research, complete with the seal of the Pennsylvania State University, which was, at the time of publication, one of the most prestigious and respected institutes of higher learning in this state. That document has since been refuted and proven false, but it was too late. Waving the emerging giant's so-called facts and figures in the faces of elected officials and editors of newspapers across this state, the word went forth and the foundation of the gas empire was built on falsehood and pretense. The Responsible Drilling Alliance broke the story of the scam in July of 2010, challenged the integrity of this university at the highest levels. Associated Press picked up the RDA expose, aptly entitled Lies and Deception. There was a little bit of stir, but it was soon swept under the rug with gas money. In 2010, the world didn't pay much attention to the lack of integrity at Penn State. Some things do change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 big lies. The theme song of the gas industry. Pay attention. I promise the next industry ad you see or hear or read will be playing one or more of those tunes. Music to the ears of Harrisburg's Party and Power. Nice beat, easy to dance to, puts lots of cash in your campaign coffers. Remember, if you tell a lie often enough, it becomes the truth in the minds of those who hear it. But not in everyone's mind. Not in my mind, not in your mind. Samuel Adams once says, it does not require a majority to prevail, but rather an irate, tireless minority keen to set brush fires in people's minds. Stay angry, my friends. Keep spreading outrage until it goes viral, and set fires. Fires of truth, fires of sustainability, fires to give light and help to usher in a more peaceful, just, and equitable future for all. Thank you.
How about it, Barb? All right, what do we say? I think we got a chant coming up here. No free pass for oil and gas. No free pass for oil and gas. No free pass for oil and gas. No free pass